So remember the subject is neuromarketing, and through the training we had from Dr. Stephen Akintayo, we learned that every great salesperson have one secret. They know how to master the art of the mind of the people. They know how to, the mind mastering, they know how to gain mastery to their audience, mastering them, the mind, and how to use the instrument of the mind for the marketing. So I have here in the chat box, say, always put yourself in the client face. So this is the technology. This is the wisdom. This is the secret, that if you must be an effective salesperson, then your face must always be there in the face of your client. And Doctor made a profound statement that most of the times it's not the first call that actually hit the deal. It may be the first, the second, the third, and the fourth, and of course the fifth one can actually hit the target. And also have Ijoma Mba said, marketing on the emotional side of the people, very, very important. It's also people buys with emotion, justify with logic, all right? So that's a powerful point by Ijoma Mba. So can I get your answers coming? What you learned from today's training? I believe everyone participated. Ramsey Daniel, what do you learn from today's training? I know you've been following up from the beginning. So can you drop what you learned here in the chat box? All right. For Eric, I'm also waiting for your take home, or how today's training stood out for you. So, but take notes, if you must be an effective salesperson, then your face must constantly be before your audience or before your client. Very, very important principle. Every one of us must take note of that. Doctor, in the course of the training, gave instance that most times when you attend probably a training or a concept, that sometimes they take time to project some videos, some stuffs. And the idea is, first of all, to lay hold on the mind of the people, right? So this is the one of the techniques in sales. And everyone that will get mastery in sales must understand this principle and must apply them. All right? So we'll be going straight to our sales role play. So who is taking the lead for today? Ramsey and Daniel have been doing well. So who is taking over from Ramsey Daniel today? Who is taking the lead? You can just highlight. And of course, you can drop, say, I am taking the lead in the chat box. Who is taking the lead for today? Eugenia Latoye says, those talking about you are closer to doing business with you, though they bouncing you, don't give up. Very important, very important. So that someone tells you, I'm not interested today, is not enough reason for you to give up. And of course, from what doctors say, consistency is the mother of progress. So when you are consistent in calling, persistency, there's a persistency wearies out resistance. So the more you persist, the more you weary out hindrances, obstacles. All right. Beautiful. And don't forget that every great salesperson aren't born, they are trained. So, and also every training section is a deposit in your bank of success. All right. Oh, beautiful from Rancy Daniel. It says your face and product should be consistently be on the face of your clients, prospects, and leads at all time. Very important. That's a very important point by Rancy Daniel. Thank you for that observation. All right, so who is taking lead on today's sales role play? I don't want to pick randomly. I want you to indicate. So can I? All right, so Ijoma Mba. So Ijoma Mba, can you take the lead today? Are you there?
Okay, I'm here, sir.
Beautiful.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ijoma Mba. So you're going to be placing a call to our MD, Jessica Elebio. So
wow.
you're going to, the MD, acting MD, Gtext and Associates. So you're going to place in a call to her. So I know you are ready to sell. Are you ready to sell?
I'm ready to sell.
Beautiful. So let's go there. So place a call to Madam Jessica. All right, you have the floor now.
Wow. Okay. Okay, I should just start.
Yes, you can start.
Okay. Oh, good morning, ma. Hello.
Hello, who is this?
Good morning. My name is Mbai Joba. I'm calling you from Gtext Holding.
Gtext Holdings.
Yes, good morning, ma. Firstly, I want to thank you for availing me the opportunity to speak with you this morning. I actually got your number from our marketing team. And I would like to just share some information about what we do at Gtext Holding and our products. Okay. Ma, are you with me, ma?
I'm here.
Okay. At Gtext Holding, we are a real estate firm. We have property here in Nigeria and outside the country. And we're actually not just real estate firm. We are people that help individuals like yourself create wealth, build wealth, and create transgenerational wealth. I actually would like to ask some information about your interest in wealth creation. I don't know if I can go ahead, ma.
I'm really busy right now. Maybe some other time.
Okay, it's not going to take time. You know, before we sell, I don't just want to come in and just sell you property that you might not have a need for. So that's why I like to profile my clients. I'm also a financial advisor. So I don't know if I could schedule another time for you that you have much time to answer some of the questions. Because it's not going to be nice if I just give you all the property we have and I don't even know what exactly you are looking at. I like to build a relationship with my clients. So if you don't mind, you can give me a time that is convenient for you where we can talk more excessively about our product and what we do. And I can even hear from you, ma.
Okay, that will be next month because I'm really busy. And like I mentioned, I don't have time to introduce today.
Ma? You said next month. Look, sorry for really disturbing you. I really appreciate.
I'll fix a time for you.
Okay. But can I just chip in something? I really appreciate the time you give me. But we have a very timely offer that might expire before next month, and I know it will be of beneficial to you because from the marketing team, they gave me an evaluation of your kind of person, and I know you like the product I'm about to sell. So I'm not sure if we can schedule this month, if I can have just probably 30 minutes of your time, ma.
30 minutes? I told you I don't have time. I'm on my way out already. And you want me to wait for 30 minutes? I don't know you before. You just called me this early morning telling me about Gtext Holdings. You know, out.
Here now.
All right, it's like we just lost Madam Jessica. Is that Madam Jessica?
It's not me, I'm here. I just can't hear.
Okay.
Mrs. Uba, are you there? Might be a network.
Okay. All right, so can we pick another person to take over from her? All right, Precious Ezekiel, are you here? Can you take over the call? Precious Ezekiel.
Okay, sorry. I think I'm back.
Beautiful.
My network. I'm sorry. I logged out. Okay, maybe someone else should try. I'm sorry, sir. Hello.
You can go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you.
Please, I'm so sorry, ma. It's just Nigeria and the network issue. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry I got cut off, but I really appreciate you picking my call again. So please, ma, I know you're a very busy person. So I was just trying to implore if I can get an appointment this. I don't know if you can just give me a little of your time this month. Next month it's okay, but I think you might like the offer I want to give you for this month, ma. Hello. Wow. Hello, ma.
You can go ahead with your offer.
Okay, I should go with my offer. Okay, we have property in Jasper outside the country, and the property is actually in a very good location. Recently, there's a shift in power. We have Donald Trump taking over the president in America, and they are trying to shift business to a particular location, and we have actually gone there to take a strategic part. The property is at a very good location. We're going to go for commercial purposes and residential and many other things that happen in there. And since I know you have some other interest in the United States, I know this property is one property you should add to your portfolio, ma. It's going for 150,000 and 150 US dollar, $1,000 US. But by the end of this month, it's going to go for 200,000. So if you are keen into the business now, you're able to save 50,000 naira, $20,000 of your money. So that's why I'm saying this offer, I don't want you to miss from it, man. That's why I'm trying to give you. I could give you more details, but I might send the flyers and our brochure and all that is about the company for you to go through. So I don't know if you are interested in buying the product, man.
Okay, even me, I don't know that I'm interested or not.
Okay, ma. I know you'll be interested, but I'm just trying to beat the time. You know, you say you have so much time, so I'm trying to put all things together and say to you. But I really like to schedule another meeting.
Drop the flyers and all details on my WhatsApp. I'll go through it later.
Okay, ma. That's better. I will get in touch with you later. Thank you, ma, for your time, and do have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, bye, ma.
All right, that's a wonderful one by Joma Mba. Oh, thank you so much for the courage of speaking out. So first of all, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. I've just muted myself. I don't know.
All right, beautiful. So thank you so much
Yes,
for
we can hear
the
you.
courage.
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
All right, so first of all, we want to hear from Madam Jessica to vet the call. and then we'll take it up from there. So, Madam Jessica, what do you have to say about the call by Ijoma Mba?
Yeah, Ijoma, you did well. You tried. You were persistent. I like that. I didn't want to give up at all, even though I was throwing you every corner. You really tried. But most times when clients say just drop all the information on my WhatsApp, they don't come back. Some of them will not even read that. Yeah, I didn't give you that time. I didn't give you the privilege to talk. But you would have just as well go straight to the point. Who you are, what we do, and how the clients can benefit. I told you guys what clients wants to hear, what prospects wants to hear is what is in it for me. They don't want to know about you. They don't want all those things. Just go ahead and let them know what they will benefit. So if you had mentioned the benefits straight to the point before going around telling me about one offer, about telling me what we have and all that, maybe I would have listened. You know, just let me just know that I have something to benefit apart from the offer. Offer is not enough. It is the value they want. So I didn't give you the time, but you would have as well go straight to that value, what I will benefit from it first. So if you had done that, I would have listened. Now I said drop everything in my DM. I might as well not check. And I might check, and if I'm so much interested, since you mentioned US, I'll go through it and get back to you. But most times they don't get back. So you have to do a lot of follow-up for this kind of prospects before you can close them. And again, you didn't ask me what time can you call me back, because you have to keep your conversation going. So you would have asked me what day can you call me back and what time. Not just dumping all those things in the inbox or WhatsApp, drop it on WhatsApp and that's it. So when next can you call me back? Because now you didn't tell me, there was no scheduled time. So you might still call me at the wrong time again and I will not listen to you. Right? From there, before you know it get cold, you've lost that person. So you must always have a scheduled time. No matter, even if you have finished speaking to the prospect, as far as the prospect has not paid, even if the prospect has paid, you have to keep your conversation going. You have to schedule the next appointment. If you don't schedule the next appointment, you call at the wrong time. The client, the prospect might be in a meeting, maybe in a board meeting, and you see your message for one US property, and if it's coming up frequently, before you know, they'll block you. So that's why you need to find out what time can I call you back next time. And she said, what day can I call you? She now said, okay, Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday. What time on Wednesday, to be precise, so that I won't call you at the wrong time. And you'll see she'll give you a response. Call me towards evening or like that. If you call towards evening, it might be fine by her. She might tell you first thing in the morning. I have some prospect, like I have a prospect. The only time I can call her is 5 a.m. I was saying it in the car this morning when I was discussing with someone. I said, this prospect that I've been following up for almost a month now with this 5 a.m. I have to wake up. When I wake up, it is her. After praying, I call her immediately, following up, because that is the only time I can get her. Sometimes she's still at work, because that 5 a.m. she's at work, she's running up at work. So that is the time she wants me to call her. Sometimes she'll tell me, oh, I'm just running up, Jessica, can we talk in the next 10 minutes? Sometimes she'll say, okay, let's do this tomorrow. You know, so you just have to know the time and the day to call so that you won't be calling at the wrong time. Thank you. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Jessica.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Ijoma Mba, I hope you've taken notes.
Yeah, I have a few additions.
All right, Joe, Tahiri, say something. Go ahead, Mr. Joe.
Yes, I have a few additions. Thank you. Jessica said the majority of the things I wanted to say. But yeah, and by the way, you did great. Your persistence, your energy, your politeness, everything was on point. However, you rushed to say, let me send you the information before you even asked her if she got all the necessary information to make a decision for the property. So that already has programmed, so just send me the information, and from there, she, just as Jessica said, she most likely will not respond to you forever. So instead, you could have asked that what information does she need more on, whether it's price or whether it's the company. Sometimes it could be that you don't even trust the company yet. Just ask her, is there any area that you want me to give you more information on that would get you interested? Then when you call some amounts, it is also good to ask, is it something that can work with your budget? So that will push them to answer whether it's something they can do or it's not, or they will need a payment plan.
Because these little things matters.
Yeah, so just the important thing is also pay attention. Also observe that you were listening but not fully listening to the clients. Yes, you were on point, though you knew what to say next. And so it was not like as she said, you're waiting to say the next thing. So you're not really paying attention to pick out what is the client not saying. So and just as Jessica said, finally book the next appointment time. Thank you.
Again, let me add something. Again, you didn't know, she doesn't know what I want. She didn't ask me what I want, if I'm interested in land, if I'm interested in house, what location am I looking at. At least ask those questions or mention where you have your presence. Like you can say we have our presence in Nigeria, Dubai, and US. Which would you prefer, ma? At least that's why I mentioned you have to do at least just 20% talking. Let the clients talk more. But in this case, you are the one talking. Do you understand? So you don't even know what I want. So I might go through that flyer and I say, US, I don't want US. And now you have something in Dubai, and I because he didn't mention that, I might not know. And someone else comes and tells me about Dubai, and before I know, I'm buying from that person because he never mentioned that, right? Take for instance, Gtext, there was an app on it. So there was a kind of buy property in Sherry. I was on Sherry, I was in Jasper is Sherry. So that was the only thing I sent to her. Okay, so I sent the property to, he showed interest in our property because that was what I was, right? So when I spoke to him, he was so much interested. I will get back to you and all that. So I kept following up, but at a point he kept quiet. But I didn't ask, because I didn't ask him the right question. So I didn't know what he wanted. So of instance, late last year, I had to reach out to him, all the old prospects I had a long time ago. So I started calling them one by one. So I called this particular person and I told him I ran an ad in one of our estates at Sherry. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so I said I ran an ad and they showed so much interest in the property we have. In progress. So all of a sudden he kept quiet. That what happened? He didn't buy from me then and all that. So he said, "Oh, I can remember you." And we got talking. And he said, "I actually bought so later." I said, "But you didn't buy from me. What happened? I just want to know what the issue was." I wasn't angry. So he said, he bought, but he didn't buy from Sherry again. There are some persons discouraging him from buying from that location. So he later bought at Bejuleki. That Bejuleki is better and like he will get a higher returns on his investments. So that's why he decided to buy in Sherry. So he explained his reasons and all that. And that's why he decided to buy at Bejuleki, I mean. So I was like, but we have property in Bejuleki, and he said, but you never mentioned. So I learned from there that tell them what you have. If I had mentioned that we have properties in other locations, I'm sure maybe you would have bought from me. But I was just on that Sherry, Oga, buying now. When are you buying? When are you buying? When are you making payments? What is happening? Why are you not picking up your call? He will not answer. He just kept reading and not responding. So now I know better that you have to let them know where you have your other properties. Like we have our presence in Nigeria, Dubai, and US. Are you looking at buying in Nigeria, or would you prefer our US products? And you give them the value why they should buy in US. Give them value why they should buy in Dubai. You have to be brief and straight to the point, right? So I learned from there that, oh, next time, oh, don't keep quiet. Just tell them everything you have. You can be brief and still mention this. In the next 5 minutes, you have rounded up. We have a presence in Nigeria, Dubai, and US. So are you looking at buying in Nigeria? If you said yes, then just mention the locations we have properties. So what location are you looking at in Nigeria? If you say Abuja, oh, fine, awesome. We have 5 estates in Abuja, one in Asokoro, we have in Guzape, we have in Kurudu, we have in Kuje. We also have at the airport road, close to the airport, they're not too far from there. So which of the location would you prefer, ma or sir? And they respond. Then you give them value. I'm sure if you do that, it will be much better. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Jessica, for
Are you there? Okay, before David comes, or maybe his network, it could be his network. Let me ask some questions. If you know where we have all our properties in Nigeria, can you mention? Those on Zoom.
Yes, I can mention some.
Drop it in the chat. David is back.
All right.
David, can you hear us? David, you need to change your network or move from that location. Oh, Mr. Okay.
All right, so like I've said before, we're going into another important section in this 30 days global sales challenge, and which is training. And of course, we know that there is no self-made salesperson. There is no self-made salesperson. Every great salesperson is a product of another. So if you must be a great salesperson, then we must learn the art of following, the art of listening, the art of learning, the art of observation, right? So we're going to be having someone training us today, and he is the acting GED sales. He has a great track record when it comes to sales and closing of deal. So we will be having him today to train us. And I will expect every one of us have your pen, your paper ready to jot down and to take notes of everything that will be coming out today. And I believe it will add a great value to you as a source person. So without wasting any of our time, I'm going to be calling upon Mr. Mike and Joko to take over the section now. So can we welcome Mr. Mike and Joko as he takes over the training section? So we can actually welcome him. You can use an emoji in the chat box. Just with a clapping ovation, can we welcome Mr. Mike and Joko as he takes over the training section? Mr. Mike and Joko, you have the floor now.
Thank you very much. I want to start by, telling all of us to celebrate ourselves. Can we just put a round of applause for ourselves? It's been a great sales challenge, 30 days, and a great one. So in the chat box, I would just want all of us to say, thank you, Dr. Stephen, for this sales challenge, this 30 days sales challenge. Can we put that in the chat box? And has this sales challenge been helpful? Has it been helpful? Okay, great. I just want us to put all of that in the chat box. So this morning, I will be discussing with us how to sell real estate, a roadmap to closing deals and building client relationship, right? I'll be taking us on that. The next slide, please. Oh, beautiful. Meet my handsome self. Come down. Allow me to say myself now. What's going on? You have an issue with me. Okay, this is me. Currently the acting GED for sales for Gtext Holding. And over time, God has helped us to close over 500 million in sales, and we'll still closing more. Thank God for that. Can you go up? Can you move up, please? Next slide. Okay, beautiful. So what is real estate sales? What you don't know, you can sell, right? So what is real estate sales? Why is real estate sales unique? And the objective of the presentation. So we'll start by saying real estate sales is the process of connecting buyers to sellers to meet what? Property needs. You have not sold real estate until there is an exchange of money, right? The buyer has paid, and if the buyer is paying for either land or is paying for house, that's when you will say you have sold real estate, right? Then next is a combination of market knowledge, communication, and building trust. So most of this class today will be on building trust and product knowledge. Because before you sell real estate, you need to know your product knowledge. If you don't know your product knowledge, it will just be that, yes, maybe you were lucky, to get by. If you don't know your product knowledge, you may be lucky to get by, but you won't go far. And if you are not good in communication, my dear, you won't go far. We have a typical example, Dr. Stephen. We know Dr. Stephen is a good communicator, a very good communicator. He knows his product knowledge like the back of his hand. And over time, he has been building trust, right? He has been building trust. Most of us that close deal here in Gtext, that, you close deal without, much hassle. Most of those deals were closed on the back of the trust Dr. Stephen has built. Most of this clients, they'll tell you, no, just send me a candidate, let me make payment. They are not making those payments because of most of the things you said. Though. Most of those payments over time was made because of the trust they have on Dr. Stephen. Some of them will come to his DM to say, I've been following you for over 7 years. I had interaction with you. I said, I've been following your chairman for over 6 years. I have seen consistency. I have seen the growth. So I'm not scared, right? So for you to sell real estate, there needs to be high level of trust, which is why when you are now closing people that you already know, you are closing those people on the back of the trust they have on you already, right? So we need to, as salespeople, build the trust level we have with our clients. You know, doctor will say something funny. He said there is already high level of distrust in the market. There is a very high level of distrust. People have their hand burned. So there is high level of distrust. So what do you bring differently, as someone that wants to sell? You need to first of all get to their hearts, before you can get to their pocket. So on this class, we'll see some of the things we can do, to build this trust. Then why is selling real estate unique? Property are high value assets with long-term impact. You could all believe with me, people that did investments in Lekki in around the early 2000s, 1999, today their properties are running into millions and billions. And some same people that also took same money and put in the bank, today the value of that money in the bank, you cannot even equate it to what it used to be then compared to the property, people that invested in property. So this is one of the things you can use when you are selling your real estate. You need to let them understand. Give them examples. One of the very good examples is what's his name? This man in House on the Road. I think he bought that place for around that 4 million or 4 billion. I don't have the figures now. But that place, even if you give him 20 billion, I'm sure he's not ready to sell. So this is what properties can do for you, and it's only real estate that can give you that high level, of long-term impact. Again, emotional and financial decision for clients. Then the objective of this presentation is to equip us with strategies to sell real estate and also highlight the need for success in the industry. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, understanding the real estate market. Number one, like I've said before, know your market. You can decide some people will call it product knowledge. You can decide to call it know your market. My dear, it is very key, especially if you are in the real estate space. It is very key. You go on net, you see different adverts everywhere. What will differentiate you from the next person is you knowing your product knowledge. If you say you are a salesperson without knowing your product knowledge, you won't go far. Because your product knowledge cuts across everything. I didn't use product knowledge. I used to know your market, because knowing your market talks about your product knowledge. It also talks about what the competitors are doing. It also talks about what the product in the market, what is even the value of this product in the market. As we all know today, I think the government just signed, Lagos State government recently signed an MOU with a firm, talking about building the airport in Ekpe. What have you done with that information? How well do you even understand that information? Have you been able to put it in an article to send to all of your clients? This is what differentiates you from, the regular realtor or the regular sales guy. You need to understand. You need to know your market. It's like the foundation. Even the Bible says, without foundation, there's nothing. You need to know your market is the foundation. On this foundation, will every other thing be built. You want to be a good closer. You want to build trust. You want to know the first thing you need to do as a salesperson before all the aspire is what? To know your market. Because even the Holy Book tells us, see a man that is diligent in his work to stand before king. How are you diligent in your work? Is to know what you are to do. Let's even bring Joseph, into this equation. One of the typical example our chairman normally gives us. They brought Joseph to come and illustrate to the king to tell the king his dream. And Joseph told the king the dream. After telling the king, he still told the king how that dream can be sustained. What Joseph has just done, he knows his market. King, this is your dream. And if you do it like this, you'll be able to scale these 7 years without suffering famine. If you are the king, what will you do? Definitely you employ such a person. Definitely you promote such a person. So please, if there is only one takeaway from today's class, it will be to what? Know your market. And in know your market, you need to know your products. You need to understand trend. Is even that you need to understand trend. You need to know what your competitors are doing. You need to know what is currently happening in the market space. All of this will help you stand out if you really want to make sales in this 30 days sales challenge, because you definitely meet different kind of prospects, different kind. You meet some that are very knowledgeable. You meet some that are mid-knowledgeable. You meet some that don't even know anything at all. So if you understand your market very well, when you meet the knowledgeable ones, it's easy to close. You give them X, Y, Z. If we do it, be sure of ABC. Sir, I'm not telling you to take my word. Please take your time, do your research. If what I've said is okay, we can do business, right? There are so many clients like that. Some of the clients, you are calling them, they say, call me back when I'm at home. Most of the time, why they are telling you call me back when I'm at home is because they want to sit on their laptop. They say, hey, sir, if you buy land in this place, you get 20 million return on investment after 2 years. They'll just type. Google is very funny. They'll type, okay, land in this place, 2000 and this versus so time. And if what you are saying does not correlate, okay, sir. Okay, no problem. Next time you call them, they don't pick your call. Because why? You are giving them wrong information that does not even sit together. I've been on a call with a client. I'm saying what I was saying. I didn't even know. Take my stars that I did my research, and the man was on the other end, was fact checking what I was saying, and what I was saying was, corresponding. So as a salesperson that wants to go far in this market, that wants to go far in the real estate space, you need to know your market. Next is market research. Understand current trend, understand supply, understand demand, and understand what pricing is very key. Right now, if you're looking at demand, one of the places there is high demand for rental estates is in the Bejuleki area. So as someone that wants to sell, most of our diaspora clients, what you'll be telling them is, sir, come and invest in the Bejuleki. You are not investing to come and stay. Because maybe I know you wouldn't like that place. You might say, okay, it's far from the town. Just come invest, put up a building, and you'll be getting rental income. We have done this. We even have a client on site currently that is paying 8 million. This 8 million, take it to Aja, you will get lesser than that, right? So you have made the client understand that there is a high demand. You have also told the client that there is also high pricing in this area. If you meet a client that is ready and the client do the math and say, okay, if I put 140 million in this building, let me go say I'm paying outright and I'm renting it by 8 million every year. So in the next 10 years, I'm making 80 million. In the next 15 years, I must have gotten my money and I'm already in profit, excluding other things I'll be putting my money in. And this house is mine for life. By the time they do all of this math, you see it's a good business for them and you see them paying. But when you just tell them, we have house in Ibejuleki, the Dangote refinery is there, and all of that, my dear, that's almost what every other person that has called has said. What are you saying that is different? We are giving them what the demand, the supply, and the pricing. Next, you need to identify hotspot for investment, right? You need to know where the market is running to. Those are the places we call hotspots. Where is the market running into? right now, as Lagos is, for those people that want to go for investment, mid-level, it's in the Bejuleki area, you see the Ekpe area. Then if you want to go for, say, high level, is still the Ikoyi area. Till tomorrow, as far as Lagos is concerned, when it comes to real estate investment, hotspots in real estate investment, the Ikoyi area is still one of the biggest, it's still one of the hotspots, right? There was an analysis that was done that about 1.3 trillion was raised only in Ikoyi area of Lagos alone during 30 December, just for renters. So you want to equip yourself with all of this information so that when you are talking to your clients, they know that you know your onion, you know what you're saying, you know. Then you also need to know your client demography. This also is very key when you want to sell real estate. A first-time investor and an investor and a serial investor is two different conversations. Is two different conversations. So you want to be sure, which is why when one of the things I picked from Ochidi's teaching was he said you need to come as an advisor. You need to come with some level of authority. Sir, I'm coming to help you. If you have seen where doctor talk to clients, it's not pride. It's just you know what you carry. You have some $10,000 I want to help you by 5 years time raise to 15,000 or thereabouts. And I want to help you, sir. Just make the client understand. I'm coming to help you. You need the money, but again, you don't need to come beggarly. You need to come that you come in to help the person. Especially when you are dealing with first-time buyers, you need to be very, very careful. Because most first-time buyers will want to use 20 million, to buy a penthouse in Banana Island, and get 500 million in just 2 years. So if you understand what I mean, you need to know how to manage those kind of people. Their expectations are usually very high, because they have heard a whole lot about property, how some people bought property and it did so well. They just want to, they don't want to know that there is a profit and loss in this. All they want is that profit side of it. So you need to know how to, manage it. But when you are dealing with investors are people that have done this for some time. They have lost some money. Even when you are telling them, sir, when you invest with us, is bank proof, is this, they already know. They know some of these things. Some people had money with, is it not a general bank then? And the bank folded up. They didn't die. So investors, most of them, they must have lost money. So they understand how investment run. And when they even see that you are over-promising, you see them, they will run. They will just run because they know that this thing you are telling them is not sustainable. It's not sustainable because there's no way you want to do an investment that you, as a person doing investment, will not service your own need. Before what is left from the profit, you now service the investor. If you're not telling the investor, I'm doing this solely to service you, the investor already know you're lying. But first-time buyers, that is one of the things that is in their mind, So you need to understand this demography. It's going to help you a lot. It's not a bad thing. Sir, is this your first time of buying? Is this your first time of doing a landed investment, or you have done one before? You can start from there. No. I have some property in X. I have some property. Oh, sir, if you wouldn't mind, before we even talk about my own property, how's this property doing? How much did you buy it? And what is the valuation as it is now? You're already coming the person. This one already is an investor. From what he's saying, you can even picture how you now pitch to the person. But if he's a first-time buyer, no, this is my first time. I just want, lovely. Okay, man. There's never a late time to start investment, even though, we have some people that started early enough. So, man, what are you looking at in this investment? Are you looking at where you want to stay, or you're looking at, from there, you get those questions, just like what Jessica said, the client need to be the one doing the talking, 80%. But how will the client do the 80%? Is when most of what you are saying is coming as question, right? When most of your reply are questions, you force your client to talk. which is why we're told one of the first things you need to ask your client, is this a good time to talk? Because when you have them on that good time to talk, you'll be able to do most of these things, ask them most of these questions. Then again, you want to know if it's for residential or for commercial. These are two different aspects of real estate. They cohabit, but they are two different aspects. So for residential is strictly maybe the person wants to get rental income, the person wants to stay there themselves. While for commercial is maybe for church or any of all of those things. So you need to know so that you know what you are pitching, right? You know what you are pitching for the person. This is very key. So you need to know this demographic. Then you need to do what is called competitive analysis. You need to study your competitor pricing and their sales tactic. It's very, very key, right? You need to look into that. What is the market around me? What are they selling? You need to know all of this. When they are selling high, when you are doing your pitch, you can chip it in as one of your pitch strategy. When they are selling low, you can as well still pitch it in as one of your sales strategy to say, oh, see these people here, they are selling this, but we are selling this because we are this, we are putting in this, we are putting in this. So in both ways, you can use it to your own advantage if you know your market, right? If you know your market and you know your product knowledge very well. So you need to also highlight unique selling points. It's very key. When you're selling, like, okay, you want to sell a project in Ikorodu. It's not the same way you are selling Ikorodu, you will sell a product in Ibejuleki, right? This is the same product owned by the same company, but to be marketed different ways, right? So if you are buying Ikorodu, I can tell you in the next 5 to 10 years, it will open up. We're even looking to connect an artificial lake that can take you from the mainland to the island. There's a whole lot of market areas around there. There's a whole lot of industries, and this place will do well in no distant time. You can as well engage in other agricultural activities in this area, before your project goes up. But if you are not marketing in Ibejuleki, strictly this place is already going to the peak of it. So this place, you buy this place now, you can start building, right? This is a buy and build location. You can start building, and in 2 or 3 years' time, your building is up. I can tell you can start getting rental value of XYZ in 3 years. So it's a 2 different markets. If you see that of the Ikorodu, it will take a longer time, while that of the Ibejuleki is almost immediately, right? So you need to know this. Then next, you need to understand you need to have legal and financial knowledge. This also is very key. You need to familiarize yourself with property regulation, tax, and financing options. This came to be when we moved to the US and the UK. You see because in the UK and the US, they do more of mortgage. But we here in Nigeria, we are still, trying to get our mortgage right. So when you are talking to most of these abroad clients, I know most of the sales people here will agree with me. They'll say, okay, I want to buy this house, but can I get a mortgage bank, that can be financing this? Most of them will always come with this. So you need to understand, you need to make them understand that for now in Nigeria, we don't have all of that all worked out, right? But we can do this with you, with your bank coming into the picture. We can do this. We can help you facilitate this facility, for you to, get this project. But in the US and the UK, it's a different ballgame. As far as your credit card is, as far as your credit score is very much okay, you can get all of this on mortgage and all of that. So you need to understand as a salesperson, know the market you are pitching in, familiarize yourself with the property regulation, familiarize yourself with tax, and familiarize yourself with financing option. Also, just to buttress a little on this, when we started selling our US Brookshire, most of the clients, one of their fears were, I have property in the US that I'm not even currently staying, but I'm paying tax. So what is the difference? Why are you telling me to come and 150. Putting 150 is not the problem, but the tax that will accrue before it get developed, who will pay it, And I think our chairman with the management came up with a very, very strategic solution. All was saying, for all of you that want to invest, this place will have leased it to farmers, right? As what they are paying us, in the lease is what we are now using to settle the tax. So for those persons buying this place, up until you get your land, you are not paying tax. And after that video went up, that was where most persons were now free, to start buying. I can tell you that after that video went up, the sales we have made was more before the video went up. So these are very key. These are very, very key. So next, please. Okay, building trust and relationship with clients. Trust is key. Trust is key, right? After your product knowledge, another thing that will bring in that sale for you is trust. I was on a call with a client that was closed by, a colleague of ours. Jumping on the call, the man just said, Michael, I know you now. I've spoken with almost all of you, right? But this particular person keep following up on me. I just resonate with this person, And at the end of the day, it was that person the man bought from. What has played out there is the trust factor, right? So as a salesperson, you need to build trust, especially for those clients maybe that came in to your DM from an ad. You see, most times those ads don't close. It is because they are yet to trust you, right? They are yet to trust your organization. You see some clients, why will a client tell you, I want to come to your office? Most times. It's because the trust level is still in a way. Let me even know that, okay, tomorrow if they ask me where did I even put my money in, let me even place these people to a certain place, And you see some client will tell you, no, don't worry, send me the account number. Why? Same trust level, right? So it's very, very key as a salesperson to what? Build trust. Very, very key. And these are, some of the various ways you can. One is effective communication, right? You need to be an active listener, right? I heard Ms. Jessica, the acting MD, telling us about listening very, very attentively is very key. When your client is talking, just listen. If possible, be jotting down what they're saying. And for you to even get them more in the position, repeat to them what they have said. Sir, do you mean you said so? No, you say, no, that wasn't what I meant. This is what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay, I understand you now, sir. It is very key. It is very key when you are doing sales. You need to be an active listener. Then you need to simplify complex real estate terms, especially when you're talking to first-time buyers. Even when you're not talking to first-time buyers, when you're talking to, say, maybe you're talking to investors that are coming into the real estate space, for the first time, you're talking to maybe a first-time investor, and you're saying, sir, if you invest with us, I can tell you in the next 3 years, your ROI will be 200%. And because of, some people have pride. They say, what is ROI? They say, okay, no problem. You don't know that the ROI you keep calling, the person might be thinking you are talking about run or something differently, right? So you need to just simplify that term. Sir, I tell you, your return on investment, you can even come down to their level. You say, sir, what are they trying to tell you? You say, the money when you go get, if you invest for this property, in 3 years' time, go be this. You need their money. You need to speak their language, right? You need to speak their language, not speaking big grammar. No, just keep it simple and plain, it helps. It helps because communication is not completed until the person you are talking to understand and respond back to you. So you just talking, and you are not getting a feedback, you are talking to yourself, right? If you're talking about communication, am I communicating at all? Okay, beautiful. I can hear from you. I said, okay, it's going fine. So next, you need to what? You need to showcase your expertise, right? So in this area is where you need to share insights. You now need to come up as a professional, right? To tell them why they need to buy this. They need one of the persons I follow on social media is not even into real estate. But if you watch most of the cars he posts, gets, before they are already off the market, is a lot of Lagos. You will see, he will just get into this car, he will tell you the amenities, he will tell you the this, he will tell you the this, he will tell you the this. Before those things he's doing, he's showing you the various, why do I even need to buy this car? Why is this car different from others, right? So as a salesperson, especially for those people that sells home, you need to, when you are in the house, make the client understand. People say this is a very big, massive sitting room. It has this, there is this here. So you need to just show the client, make the client live in that space. Is very, very key. Even when we are selling land, you need to what we are selling in Gtext, we are selling the future in Gtext, right? You need to make them understand. Even, I'm very sure 80 or 90% of Gtext staff are not seen by the digester. Michael has not seen. I don't know if anybody has seen, But when we are explaining this by a digester, you would think we already even have it. So how do you even get to know each of this? You need to study it. What is the biodigester? What does it do? Right? Nobody would tell you this one, but you as a salesperson, you need to study all of this, right? So when you are not talking to your clients, you are telling them these are what we're going to bring. We are definitely not, using the national grid. We are using, we're going to use solar system. Solar has been one of the most reliable form of electricity. It just tell them all of this, and you see them glued to you. All of this will help you build trust, right? Then next is to use testimonial, right? I was in a meeting with doctor recently, and what he calls this is social proof, right? Is very, very key. Is very, very key in our world of today. People need to know what you are doing. People need to know that I'm not the first person coming to buy this. People need to know that other people have bought into this and they are happy, right? People need to know. People need to know. Typical example of this using testimonial is Milo. Most of us grow drinking Milo. When you turn on your radio, you are hearing Milo jingle. When you turn on your TV, you are hearing, and you never see a child drinking Milo crying. Whenever they drink Milo, they are always happy. You don't know that thing has played into you. And when you get to the supermarket, the first thing that comes to your mind is Milo. Same thing Indomie did. Everybody thinks every kind of noodles is Indomie, but it's not so. They use that testimonial. You see a child eating Indomie and they are all smiling and all of that. So it's very key. It's also key in when you are selling real estate. It's also key. You want to build trust with an old client. What do? You send them videos of elder clients that have done testimonial for us. Those elderly clients have done testimonial. You send it to them. When they see it, they can easily relate, right? You also send them videos of elderly entertainers that have come to our estate. One of the things that will get to their mind is to say, if this old man in his 70s that have nothing to really gain in life again is associating with this person, that's to say these people are credible, right? That is what it does. You send them videos with like the likes of a passenger. This is a 2-time ex-president, or a 3-time president, this is a military general. What does he need again in life? For him to associate with this kind of people, you know that these people have credibility. So we need to send those to them. Then next, you need to personalize, it. Tailor your products, your property option to the client preference is very key. Just like what just what's called the sherry. See, is a different thing. But if she has even want to know, okay, what do you want? The client will now say, I need what's it called? Ibejuleki. You just go ahead. Then next is to build rapport through consistency follow-up. The money is in the follow-up, right? The money is in the follow-up. Then next is transparency. It's very, very key, as salespeople to be very transparent. Come up with the whole price. You want to close the deal. If the land is not in waiver for documentation and developmental fee, tell the client before they make their first payment. It is very key. It is very key. What that will help you is to do repeat business. It is very key. Right? So next, please. Are they there? Okay, selling strategy for real estate from marketing to closing. So these are key. You need to have all of this: effective marketing, negotiation skill, and utilizing technology. All of us will believe with me today that the world we are now is technology driven, right? So you need to know how to utilize it to make your sale. You need to be very effective in your marketing. Use professional videos when you're listing your property. Leverage on social media. Create virtual tour for clients that are not around you. I'll say, okay, don't worry. You're in the US, I'm here in Nigeria, but don't worry. I'll give you a feel of this house. You even feel that you're in this house for me. Those are part of effective marketing. Then negotiation skills. You need to highlight the property value. When the client is objecting, you highlight the property value. It's very key. Be very flexible, but be firm in your pricing. In as much as you want to go below, which is why I used to tell our salespeople, don't come with your price. Is never a best-selling option. Don't come with your promo price. Come with your high price, because whatever price you give the client, they want to still price you down. So if you come with a high price, by the time they are pricing you down, most of the time they will even settle for more than what you need to sell to them. Then you need to utilize technology, stay updated in real estate platforms, know what is happening in most of these platforms. If you list your property here, I can tell you, you'll be, closing sale. Let's run. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, selling strategy for real estate from marketing to closing. Every of this is in the follow-up. Okay. All of this we have said today is in the follow-up. When you have understand your product knowledge, when you have built the trust, you still need to follow up. It's very, very key, right? I have clients that have done business with me. I followed up for as long as 7 months. I have some 8 months, before we did our first business, right? So you just need to be very patient. Time to time, be sending all of this. What you don't know is you are building yourself in their mind. And whenever they have a real estate need, the first person they will run to is you. So let's understand follow-up in this market of real estate. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Keys to successful real estate sales. So here are the major takeaways. As a salesperson, you need to be knowledgeable. You need to know your market. You need to know your market. You need to know your client, and you need to also know your competitor, right? Very key. Next, you need to, by building relationship, you need to build trust. You need to be transparent so as to have repeat business, right? I have about 7 clients that have done repeat business with me. They bought this and they still come back to buy this. How can you do that? Is when there is trust. How can you do that? Is when you are very transparent with them, right? Then 2, adapt to trend. You need to stay updated to know what the market is saying, right? You need to know what the market is saying. Next, you need to be very, very persistent. Follow up with your leads, be proactive, follow up with them. Those people that tell you when you start doing this, just keep sending to them, keep following up with them. Greet them 1 or 2 times. Good morning, trust you are doing well. Try to be in the face of your client is very key. Then lastly is to exceed their expectation, right? What I always say is under promise and over deliver is always key when it comes to real estate closing, right? A client makes a payment now. I know the receipt will be out in 24 hours. I'll tell the client, okay, we have received your payment. The account department will check. In 72 hours, you get your receipt. In 24 hours, I know the receipt will have. I'll tell the clients 72 hours. By the time before 48 hours, I've sent that client that receipt. What have I done? I've built that client trust, right? I've exceeded the client expectation. So it's very, very key as salespeople. Under promise, but what? Over deliver. If we didn't learn anything, let's understand this today. Because if you tell me you want to pay me 3 million in 3 months' time, and you tell me I'll pay you 3 million in 6 months' time, right? And in 3 months, you pay that 3 million. The person will be thankful to you. To say, thank you. I was expecting 6 months. Now you will pay 3 months. But that the same person, you told 3 months and you paid maybe in the 4th month, the person will be angry, right? So you need to know how to manage clients' expectation is very, very key. Then the next, I think, is the quotes. Next, please. Yeah, success in real estate comes to those that persist, right? You want to be successful in real estate, comes to those that persist. Check every salesperson. We might have different stories. Some people closed in their 3rd month, some people closed in their 10th month, some people closed after 1 year. But each and every one of those people, there is a persistent story there. They will tell you their persistent story, how I keep going back, how I got to know, and I know the know I got is just next opportunity, right? So we need to be persistent. I think that's all for me for today. So thank you all very much. Let's make this 30-day sales challenge, and let's bring in the sales. So I don't know if there's any question I could take before or we'll call it today. Any questions on the chat box? Okay.
For someone that right now is this challenge, what is the best method or techniques to introduce in order to, we didn't have like this and 2 weeks, how to your skills target in the next 2 weeks?
Okay. So the truth of the matter, I'll be very truthful with you. It's a journey. It's not a destination. Yes, we said 30 days. It's just, can we do this thing consistently? But I can tell you, if from day one, all of the things you have been taught, you are putting it in practice. Before the 18th, before the 21, you will sell, right? But if you don't sell and you are doing it, do you know what you have done to yourself? You have improved yourself. And there is no other benefit than personal development, because it's what you have inside, that you can use. It might not come in these 30 days. It can come after the 30 days. But the difference between you and me is you have gained something in the period of that 30 days. That is why sometimes you see 2 people, people come out of school. One came out with first class, cannot really do anything. One came out with 3rd class, is now employing the first class. Are you getting it? So the 30 days, even if you don't make sale, gain 1 or 2 things from all of these teachings you have gotten. Follow up with these people, right? As you keep following up, it might even be after the 30 days, your sale will start coming like water, right? So there is no one known strategy to say, okay, is this I can use. But what I can just tell you is use the persistent key, keep following up on those people, keep following up, create urgency, see that they pay, even if they don't, just keep doing it. Expand your product knowledge level, right? Expand your product knowledge level. Because sometimes you are telling the client, some of the things you are telling the client is the reason why they are not even buying. You are giving them information they don't need, which is why, as a salesperson, just like Ms. Jessica said, you need to allow the client to do most of the talking. Because it's in that talking, you will know if this person is actually even ready. A typical example happened here. A guy was following up with somebody. The man is not ready. When we jumped on the call, lucky enough, the guy is an Igbo guy. We started speaking Igbo. And the guy told me that for now, he's not ready. Are you getting? So that's it. Any other question? Okay, if there is no other question, I want to say thank you, everybody. Let's make this Saturdays happen. Let's bring in the sales.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Michael Njoku, for that insightful teaching. I don't know whether you've gotten value in today's teaching. If you've gotten value, can you type in the chat box, I got value? Can we appreciate Mr. Michael Njoku for that insightful teaching, training? So can we go on and do that? Sending your emojis in the chat box. Thank you so much. All right, so we've come to the end of today's, the day 12 of 30 days, today's 30 days Global Sales Challenge. And of course, a very important announcement. Tomorrow we are having our inspection. Tomorrow is our inspection day. So everyone must and should participate in tomorrow's inspection. One of the easier way of mastering your product knowledge is by participating in every inspection. So it's very important that every associate, everyone who is present here, or those who are not here, should and must join tomorrow's inspection. And of course, you know that registration is very important and it's a must to be registered. You must be registered, all right? So the pickup bus stops will be sent to us. Of course, you must arrive early and there's no room for late coming. So the pickup buses, the banner will be sent to every of all the pages, all the group pages. So do well to comply and see you tomorrow. Of course, we'll be having joining us tomorrow. We'll be having some celebrity joining us tomorrow. Yinka Ayefele will be joining us tomorrow. Kola Orotu will also be joining us tomorrow. So do well to participate in tomorrow's inspection. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. And of course, we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you and do have a productive day. Bye-bye.